Across to Ankara and correspondent Jasper Mortimer. Jasper, how are preparations for an offensive going?
Well, the Turkish Defense Ministry announced yesterday that it had completed preparations. It said all the troops, weapons, equipment were in place to enter Syria. Tonight, the Turkish parliament is expected to pass a motion authorizing the incursion. The motion will definitely be passed. The major opposition parties said it would vote for it. One setback, however, is that the Pentagon has removed the Turkish Air Force from the list of forces permitted to fly over northeastern Syria, where the US-led coalition dominates the airspace, not Russia. And this would seem to mean that Turkish troops will not have air support when they go in. And that's a major drawback. You know, the US Air Force was decisive in the battle against the Islamic State group in Syria. For instance, in the battle for Kobani, where the Kurds were, the ground troops, and the US Air Force was, supporting them. A positive element of this, however, will mean that if there's no Air Force involved, there should be less destruction. US and the Kurds threw Islamic State out of Kobani, but the town was destroyed, and it was destroyed by American bombs.
Jasper, with all the mixed messages we've seen from Washington in the last 48 hours, how is Turkey's currency, the lira, doing?
Well, it has had a roller coaster ride. Yesterday, after President Trump threatened to obliterate Turkish economy if the Turkish armed forces committed excesses in Syria, the lira fell by 2% against the dollar. That was its biggest fall in a month. Today it recovered and then fell again. Markets don't like hostile rhetoric between Washington and Ankara, and they particularly don't like war. So if the Turkish if the Turkish armed forces go into Syria, they will be taking a risk. For instance, if Turkish tanks flatten a town and there are civilian casualties and pictures are splashed all over the media, and members of Congress say to President Trump, "Why did you give Turkey the green light for this?" And Trump gets angry and imposes sanctions on Turkey, the Turkish economy could well take a hit, a big hit, as it did last year when Trump got angry with Turkey over its prosecution of the American priest.